Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Against the Call. We are on episode 55. We are back from our 1 week break. I was at the beach, so we couldn't really film anything. But we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to start off with the pregame. Following that, we'll have Around the League with MLB updates, Home Run Derby recap, and All-Star Game recap. Following that, we'll have Mount Rushmore of the best home run derbies. And then we'll have Around the League with some NBA news, my bad. And then we'll have the countdown of the most hated players in the NBA. It is our final one of the big three of sports. Then we'll have Around the League NFL. And then we'll have Fight Club of UFC 290 recap. And then we'll have our draft day of best movie main characters. And then we'll have the post game. But Nick, how's it been?
It's been pretty good, man. How about yourself? I know that there was a birthday boy last week.
There was. Big 1-9. I'm 19 now. Yay!
Yeah, man. Birthday. Couldn't make it. This is my first time actually seeing Michael in like a week or a week and a half.
Man got me a Patriots jersey of some dude named Hart. Don't know who.
If you guys know who 48 Hart was for the Patriots,
I'm probably going to get bashed on because I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just like a custom jersey that I found. And
God, I hope so because I don't want to see the comments being...
How do you know the best player? Yeah, and if you guys are on the YouTube, I am pretty burnt. So, I don't know. There's that too. Make sure you guys are going over to the YouTube and checking that out. But anyways, let's talk about sports, guys. But as far as the pregame goes, like I said, make sure you guys are subscribing to the YouTube, subscribing to all that stuff. All of our social medias. Everything is in the link in the description. But let's get to it, man. It's getting weird, like how we just have one a week now. I can't wait till we go back to 2 a week.
Yeah.
Because I definitely know that I do miss this. But as you can tell from the script that we have today, not much sports is happening, but we will talk about the few things that are. So
giving you what we can.
Yeah. We'll talk about the MLB updates, which I guess are going to regard most of the All-Star week.
Yeah, we'll go through like the standings real quick since it's halfway through the season now. We're at the midway point, and the Braves have taken the number 1 spot as the best team in the league. Thank God.
Well, yeah, the best team in the league and the best team in the NL, but who's the best team in the AL, though?
The Rays by 2 games right now. Actually, no, by 2 games. My bad. Because the Orioles are coming at them. They're coming right behind them. Just saying.
Who's last in that division?
Okay, it doesn't matter. That whole division is over 500 still. It's still good. No, I hate that you guys bring that up. But John, I just want to bring this up real quick. I want to make a graphic about it. But for all these people out there, John is a big Rays fan, obviously. But he went to an extent saying Randy Arozarena, primetime Randy Arozarena, is just as good as Barry Bonds. Arguably the greatest baseball player of all time.
Yeah, one was on roids, though.
That's not proven.
It is.
It's not proven. He never took a test.
Okay, well, he's not going to the Hall of Fame because of roids.
But he's still argued as one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, maybe Randy. You get there, bro.
I hate him. Stop defending John. Like, you know that's stupid. Anyway,
man, it's been fun in the group chat lately, guys. Like,
there's been a lot of arguments lately.
It's just
John just being such a dumbass lately. This is why we need him back on the show, dude.
I know, bro. We need to settle it. He's better over text, though. He'll text better than he will on camera.
I think we should just add a segment in the future because he doesn't come on and doesn't say what he wants when he's on the show. Just John texts.
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
I'll just make sure we save everything from now on, and then we just read over it in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm down.
But as of right now, like we said, the Braves are leading the National League with 16 wins and 29 losses. They're also on top of the NL East. NL Central is being led by the Reds right now with 50 and 41 record. They're 1 game above the Brewers. So good to see. I love seeing the Reds doing good. With Joey Votto's probably coming down to his last few seasons, if not his last season.
De La Cruz, man.
Man's going crazy. He's going to be I can see him being a top 10 player in the league in the future.
Yeah, I mean, he's only played like 30-something games at this point, and he's already been in like a commercial.
Yeah, no, he's doing crazy. He hit for the cycle already. He's leading that. He's honestly, other than him and Joey Votto, they're like the faces of that team already.
Yeah.
But in the NL West, it's tied for first with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. I think that, they're tied because Dodgers are 51-38 and the Diamondbacks are 52-39. And the Giants are behind them by 2.5 games. That Giants, again, just like surprising. I didn't think they would be doing this good. It's like they start doing good when the years that people don't expect them to do good. Like last year, they expected to do good, didn't do good.
Don't doubt them.
But heading over to the American League, the East is being ran by the Rays at a 50-35 record. The Orioles behind them by 2 games. Blue Jays 7, Yankees 8, and the Red Sox 9. And then the AL Central, the Guardians are leading by half a game with a 45-45 record. It's just the worst division in the league.
Right at 500.
Right at 500. The whole AL East have better records. But the Twins behind that 45-46. Then the Tigers 39-50. White Sox 38-54. Royals 26-65. That's terrible. And the AL West being led by the Rangers by 2 games at a 52-39 record. Astros behind them with a 50-41 record. And Mariners at 45-44. Angels 45-46. And the worst team in baseball, the A's, at 25-67. But I think the Rangers will win that division. This is one of the arguments with John yesterday. So he was baffled, like absolutely baffled. Like I was crazy saying I don't think the Rays will make the World Series yet. It's like he was making it sound like it's impossible that the Rays don't make it to the World Series.
Like this year?
Yeah, I was like this year.
Oh.
I said this year I don't think the Rays are going to make it to the World Series, and I don't. I think there's better teams that can beat them. But he was making it sound like you know what he does? Like makes you sound stupid. He's like,
Yeah.
So you're saying the Rays don't have a chance? I was like, I didn't say they don't have a chance. I just said I don't think they'll make it.
Also, here's some more context. Like Michael just absolutely pissed him off and basically said that the Rays will never in the entire history of MLB, like there would be another league formed before the Rays ever win a World Series.
Yeah, but you know, I texted Nick before I said that.
Yeah,
like, watch me
yeah.
piss off John right here.
Yeah.
And then I moved myself down. I said, okay, they might win one in the history, but they won't win one in your lifetime. He's like, bro, you're crazy to think that. I was like, okay, but it's just fun pissing off John at moments, and then somehow he turns it and pisses me off, and I'm trying to piss him off.
He always has the upper hand.
But it's whatever. But let's head into the home run derby recap. This was actually an amazing home run derby in my opinion. I watched the whole thing, but there was before we get into the recap, did you see the video of the little kid getting drilled in the face by a 115-mile line drive by Vladimir
Should have
Guerrero
like
Jr.?
stepped out of the way or something.
Like for real, isn't it like your job to be there to catch the ball?
I know.
Like,
What I tell you, bro. Chat GPT resume. They just hiring anybody these
bro,
days.
just put me in there. I can catch that at least.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm joking, by the way. We're just joking.
He did get pegged in the head pretty bad.
No, yeah, it was bad. I saw the picture after.
But I mean, everybody, like, I saw all these people, like, time to take the kids out of the, like, home run derby. I'm like,
Yeah, but
no.
But you should put some like teenagers in there. That'd be cool. Teenagers like to be out there too, not just little kids.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's all for the kids, man.
Yeah. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has won the home run derby, beating Randy Arozarena. It was a really good last round. Randy Arozarena surprised me, surprised my brother. But it's fine. I like Randy, so I don't really care. It was cool seeing a Cuban. It was like Cuban versus Dominican Republic in the last 2 rounds. Very interesting. But Julio Rodriguez, he set a record in round 1 with 42 home runs, but just to lose to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in round 2. It's so
He's sold, bro.
He's sold, like actually.
Like, I was watching it. I mean, literally, if he would have just hit one 440 feet,
He probably would've won.
Bomb, yeah, he would have won.
Yeah.
Because he was catching up with 30 seconds, the added 30 seconds. If he would have had another 30 seconds, I think he would have
I think he's only there just to beat Pete Alonso. But last year he did amazing against Pete Alonso, did trash the following round. This year, absolutely stunning. First round, mid in the second round. Not mid, I mean it's 20 plus home runs still, but the one other than that, the most surprising and the best at bat I saw was Adley Rutschman. He was a switch hitter. He hit 27 home runs, and in the last 30 seconds he was batting righty or lefty. Then in the last 30 seconds he switched to righty and hit like he didn't miss one home run. Like for the last 30 seconds he hit like 6 home runs back to back to back.
Dang.
It was crazy. And that's the catcher for the Orioles. He's super young. When he was batting lefty, it was reminding me of like he kind of looked like Bryce Harper's here. He had the bandana, batting lefty, white guy, hitting bombs. So it was like just kind of looked like Bryce Harper. But that's basically it for the home run derby. It was super fun to watch. Me and John were texting the whole time. Of course, John just being humble until John just trying to be humble so he doesn't look like an idiot after. But yeah, and then in the All-Star game, I didn't watch the full game, but I watched a few innings. NL has won it for the first time since 2012.
I was about to say, like, I saw the score and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen the NL win it.
Yeah, no, it's they're the AL's little brother when it comes to All-Star game. AL usually always wins. Like I said, first time since 2012, and Elias Diaz of the Rockies won the MVP of this All-Star game. It wasn't I mean, there's been better All-Star games, but it's still interesting to see because they actually try.
Yeah.
Because the pitchers definitely try because they're only in there for one inning usually. Because they have so many other pitchers they have to use. But it was a fun All-Star game. Always fun to watch. I got in an argument with Nick Boyer. I was like, I think the Home Run Derby is, if not the best, one of the best mini games of an All-Star break. And he's like, no.
Like, out of, like, all leagues?
Yeah, out of all leagues. I think it's one of the best, if not the best.
Other than the All-Star game
Other than the All-Star games itself, like the mini games, like, for example, the flag football.
Then, bro, I 100% agree. What else would be above that other than the game itself?
He said the old dunk contest. I said that's the old dunk contest.
Yeah, the dunk contest hasn't been good in
And then he
years.
said the skills competition.
I'm just gonna try not to say the F word anymore, but hell no. Like, bro, what? The skills competition where they throw the ball through a little ring? Are you serious? Oh my!
And then God. I said the only one that can compare to it now would be the 3-point competition because like still big name faces play in the 3-point competition. No big name faces play in the dunk contest anymore. The Home Run Derby, it's a mix of both. Like they have the big names, but they also want to give some credit to the younger guys who don't really make the All-Star game a lot.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I mean, it's
like just guys hitting bombs.
Yeah, and then like it gets close and you don't know who's gonna win. And then with the skills competition, I mean, that's something I avoid watching.
And now they even changed the skill competition. It was good. Now I don't think it's good. Yeah. Now it's teams.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like why?
I don't even know.
It's like really Team Spurs. I'm pretty sure this year was like Team Spurs or something. No, it wasn't Spurs. It was like an actual team versus like Team Rookie versus Team Vets or something. I didn't watch it. It was stupid.
They're ruining the NBA All-Star break. But anyways, let's just keep going.
So that's pretty much it for Around the League MLB updates and stuff. But we'll head into Mount Rushmore. Sticking with the Home Run Derby, we're going to have our best Home Run Derbies of all time. Do you want to go first or me?
Dude, I'll go first so I can get out of the way because I'm looking it up. I'm pulling to John for everybody because, I mean, I barely watched this year's Home Run Derby. I mean, I do remember watching like 2 years ago and Pete Alonso won. I didn't watch it last year. Who won last year?
Last year was Juan Soto.
Okay, I think I did watch a little bit of that, but I don't really remember these. So I will be looking off this website. So it's Mount Rushmore, so no particular order, but Josh Hamilton, 2008. Michael gave me some pointers here. I guess he was really loved by people. So, it looks like he did good. I'll just put that on there. I'm not even going to.
He didn't win, unfortunately.
He didn't win.
No, he came in second.
Well, I guess 2008 was still like a good year for home run derbies.
Yeah.
Another one would be 2019, which was Vlad Guerrero Jr. versus Pete Alonso, which I do know that. I do know that Pete Alonso won, and it was devastating for Vlad at the time because I mean, like we forgot to mention, Vlad and his dad first home run derby father and son to ever win, which is pretty great, honestly. Like
now it's happened. Luckily, he got his redemption.
Yeah, he got his redemption there, and Vlad was looking great in 2019 during his home run derby. But obviously, Pete Alonso, bro, he's a bomb hitter, and I hate that he went to UF because I actually like that guy. But he's great in the league. Also, I'm gonna have Big Papi in 2010. I mean, who doesn't love Big Papi? I heard that this wasn't the best like home run derby.
Yeah,
but
Big Papi was carrying.
Yeah, so. I mean, that still can make it good on a Mount Rushmore. I mean, if there's like a star-studded player that's just commanding an entire home run derby, that's crazy. And man, speaking of Big Papi, dude, like I love him, bro. Like honestly, like I hate that he was a Red Sox, but I mean, I love the guy because I mean,
he's also a twin.
I don't really care for the twins either, but do you see the video where he like put on like the gardening hat and he had like the Yankee repellent?
Yeah.
He was spraying like what's his face? Jeter and
Rodriguez and Jeter.
Yeah, A-Rod. Yeah, that was funny. So I gotta put Big Papi on there. And then at my number for my last one, whatever, 1993, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, I obviously was not around at the time to even watch this, and I haven't watched any of the highlights of it or anything, but it says here that he hit the B&O warehouse, so, I mean, that's pretty bomb right there.
Yeah, it was crazy how much he hit.
So, you know, I'm sure if Michael's dad's watching this, he will be sending me the Instagram reel of that that home run derby right there. But yeah, let's hear Mike's. He knows more than I do about.
All right,
MLB.
for me, I put 3 of the ones I watched and then 1 that I didn't watch, but I know a lot about. But my honorable mention is that Ken Griffey Jr. one. But to start us off, I'm gonna go with this year's home run derby. Actually, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. wins it like his dad. Julio Rodriguez hit 42 home runs in round 1. Adley Rutschman hit 27 switch hitting, and Pete Alonso went out first round. So I just think right there, with all those that happened, it was a crazy home run derby. Pete Alonso going out round 1 when he was a favorite to win, insane. But that is my number 1. At my number 2, I had the 2018 home run derby with Bryce Harper winning it at his hometown at the Nationals Park. Bryce Harper had his dad pitching to him the entire time. He beat Kyle Schwarber in an intense final round. Schwarber had 18 in the final round and was beating Harper at the time. And then the last minute, Harper rallied up 9 home runs to win it all. Harper also beat Freddie Freeman and Max Muncy in round 1 and 2. It was a super hyped up home run derby watching it. Everyone was wanting Bryce Harper to win because they knew it was his last year with the Nationals Park.
I do remember that going on.
Yeah, because and this was his last home run derby. He said he was only going to want to do a home run derby if it's in his park for his last time. And he won. But at my next one, I have the 2015 Todd Frazier winning it. He was nicknamed the Todd Father. It's a great nickname by the way. He won it in his ballpark as well, the Great American Ballpark. He eliminated Prince Fielder and Josh Donaldson in the first rounds of round 1 and 2. Then he went up against Jock Peterson. They were tied, and after both of them went at 14, they had to go into bonus time, and the Todd Father won it all. It was a super hyped up home run derby. And then at my last one, I had the 2008 Josh Hamilton home run derby. Justin Monroe won, but Josh Hamilton was the star of this derby. The top performance in the home run derby has to be given to Josh Hamilton. There's like a story behind this one. He was struggling with drugs and addiction, and this season he was able to overcome them, come back to playing baseball. He made the All-Star team. He played in the home run derby. At that time, he set the round 1 record of 28 home runs in the first round, and then he hit 7 home runs, 500 plus feet. It was insane. Unfortunately, he lost, but that is my Mount Rushmore.
Dang, 7 home runs at 500 feet.
500 plus feet. It was insane.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
That's great Mount Rushmore, Mike.
But that's going to wrap it up for the Mount Rushmore. We're going to head into our next segment here, which is NBA around the league.
Some stuff I actually can talk about here.
Yeah, there's a good amount of stuff going on. And let's just start off with the first thing. The first 2 big things, in my opinion, are going with the Spurs. With the first one being the Spurs are extending Popovich to a 5-year deal.
Yeah, no, that's interesting because I kind of thought that he was only going to stick around for like 2 more years.
Yeah, man's old.
He is very old. I mean, we're looking at one of the greatest NBA coaches of all time, though.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he's doing that because he really does see something in Wemby.
And he said the paycheck was nice. I saw an interview.
I mean, Pop, he gives it to you straight. Like, a lot of people say like some of the stuff he's joking about, but like, is it really a joke?
Oh,
you know,
no,
like,
it's not.
It's like maybe the way he says it is jokingly, but he's not joking about stuff he says.
No, he said, like, someone asked him, "What's calling you back?" He was the paycheck.
I mean, way to be honest, bro. I mean, also you still got love for the game, so
yeah,
might as well go for it.
Yeah, but like you said, Wemby, he saw something at Wemby. Wemby has only played 2 summer league games, and he's already being shut down by the Spurs. And it's kind of you still can't say anything because game 1 he didn't do good. He had like 9 points, like 4 blocks, I think.
And then second game
he did amazing. He had like 27 points. So many. He did really good game 2. So everyone's like, you're just shutting him off now. Like we can't want to see what's going on.
Did you see the video of like the actual NBA Summer League where like they went into the game with I think it was like the Hornets and somebody else, and it was like a high school gym sort of thing. Then they like walked to where Wemby was, and it's just like a full like arena to watch him play.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean it's in Vegas, you know, so they have all those different courts set up, and the one with the Spurs, I forgot who they were playing, but it's completely packed. And I mean, yeah, let's talk about that as well. I mean, I didn't get to watch it, but I do remember the first game. I mean, bro was getting shut down a lot, and specifically by Brandon Miller, who was a second overall pick.
He was getting posted up a lot.
Yeah, he got dunked on his first game. Like I remember seeing like some tweet whenever he got drafted, is like, who will be the first player to dunk on Wemby? He got dunked on summer league. Come on, man. Like I still don't understand, or I still don't know where I do stand on Wemby, because I do think that he has the best potential out of every player in that draft class to be something great, but his size is just not there.
He's a little skinny.
I mean, but I'm not going to put that past him. I mean, we've seen what Giannis was able to do. He was practically like same size with skin and bone. He's a little shorter than Wemby, which is crazy to think about, but he's able to put on all that muscle he was today. So Wemby does have a chance here, but a few bad injuries, and we're looking at another Greg Oden type situation, Anthony Bennett type situation. I mean, I really do hope the best for him, because I mean that would be an awesome thing to see a 7'4" center / point guard at work. Like that's just something amazing. But yeah, I mean, but speaking of the other name I talked about, Brandon Miller. Dude, what's up with his foul trouble, bro? Did he forget that there's fouls in basketball or something? I don't know.
It's just foul after foul.
Like, bro forgot to read the rule book or something. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, the summer league's actually been a little interesting this year. However, it's not interesting when the teams already shuts down the players everyone is coming to see in the summer league, like Wemby, and then let them play. Let the summer league have something.
Yeah. I do know Taco Fall's been playing for the Bucks. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He's still got that weird ass free throw, but I mean it works.
And then speaking of tall guys, Bol, he was waived by the Orlando Magic. RIP.
Yeah.
And then did we talk about Fred VanVleet getting signed to like that massive deal?
I think I don't know. We can talk about it now.
We'll go over we can talk about it a little bit now, but when the season's coming up or the free agency coming to an end, we'll go over like all the biggest ones. But do you think Fred VanVleet was paid too much?
No, and I mean yes, sorry, yeah, I do, and I also think that the Rockets are overpaying everyone. I mean, see Dylan Brooks' contract,
$80 million,
bro, over what 4 years?
4 years, I think.
$20 million a year.
And then Russell Westbrook over here is making like vet minimum.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really understand. I mean, also Russell, I understand that he was once an MVP, and I'd like Russell as well, but I mean, he's not playing at that level. I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with you, but when he was on the Clippers, he started showing his true self again
at the end.
And then I would pay Russell Westbrook over Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. Sure, I'm agreeing with you on that. But at the same time, I mean, him getting the vet minimum or whatever, I mean, that's respectable at this point. Yeah, he was going off at the end for the Clippers, but playoffs always bring that out.
I think he found himself back with the Clippers with a good team now. I think he'll do good with the Clippers.
We'll see. I think that he needs to go back to the Thunder.
Yeah, I'd love to see him go back to the Thunder. But
it's been too long.
Speaking of someone who's been like just thrown around, Patty Mills, man's gotten traded like 3 times now, 2 times. He's
definitely lost it since his like Spur days.
Yeah, I think he's on the Hawks now. I'm pretty sure. No, the Hawks are trade. Yeah, he's on the Hawks. He was on the Rockets at a point. I forgot the other team. There was like another team or 2 teams, but man was being passed around.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about that guy.
Yeah. And then Grant Williams is no longer with the Celtics. He is doing a sign-in trade with the Mavericks. The Celtics got a load of second-round picks, but it's tough to see. I did like Grant Williams, but I expected it.
Yeah, man, it's tough for me because that just makes me like the Celtics a little bit less.
Of course it does. But other than that, I mean, Domantas Sabonis signed a 5-year extension. It was the Thunder. The Patty Mills was with the Thunder. That's what it was. And then, yeah, that's basically it. that's going on in the NBA world.
Yeah, I do think that we talked about the Chris Paul thing and all
Yeah,
that
we talked about
last
the
time.
Chris Paul. We talked about the big ones at the time.
Is that all you have for NBA news?
Yeah,
Okay, well you're missing two big ones.
I am.
The in-season tournament. That's been announced,
I'm thinking player news. My bad.
and also the new rules on flopping. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see
Oh,
that.
really? I mean, he has to check his Insta DMs. Anyways, yeah, so there's a new rule on flopping where if you basically are suspected of flopping, then it's a tech and a free throw for the other team. So
Dang.
they're in on it all the way. Thank God. Just thank God, because it's so bad. It's worse than soccer at this point.
Well, now you got Marcus Smart on your team. He, not gonna lie, he does flop a lot.
Well, think about all the other people that flop. I mean, Joel Embiid's a big flopper.
Yeah, huge.
One of the kings, obviously LeBron, which is what all the memes were saying. LeBron's going to get that rule change and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, the flopping, they're really cracking down on it. It's definitely, all rule changes, there's a lot of mixed emotions with it. Like for me, I'm all in on it. I think that it ruins the game. I mean, especially in, playoffs when – I don't really know if this fully goes along board, but I'll still talk about it anyways. When people kick themselves out in front of the player to get the foul at the 3-point line,
Yeah,
that makes me so mad.
yeah, I agree.
Whatever team, if it's my team, obviously I'll be okay, nice, we get the free throws, but it's still dude, that's not how basketball is meant to be played.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's just disrespectful to the game, honestly. But I mean, other than that, there's another rule change. I forgot what it was.
Was it on Bleacher Report that posted it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where I always get my news. Right here.
Right here. Yeah.
And then coaches will be given a second challenge if the
yeah.
first is successful.
Yeah. I'm down with it. I mean,
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, honestly. No need for a third or anything like that, but I mean,
if it's the challenge is wrong, they don't get the challenge, then they just lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives them a reason to think about it.
Yeah. So I'm down with it. But yeah, let's talk about the next big thing. The in-season tournament that has been talked about for the past year is official.
It's gonna happen this year.
Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. The trophy looks
pretty cool. I did see the trophy.
I actually like the trophy. That's something that if I was a player, I'd want to get that. And so yeah, they released all the groups because there's group A, B, C, blah 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 for the East and the West, which I mean, I get why they keep doing East and West. I kind of wish they didn't do it for this because I feel like this should be the best of the best just going at each other for end season, then have the championship be East and West. That's just me personally, but either way, it's gonna be fun. This is actually, I think, what the NBA really needed. Especially because at the time it happens, it starts in November, goes into December. That's kind of, at the point where NBA starts dying down right before All-Star break in February. So This will get more people involved. And, they are, like Adam Silver said, he did take this, from European soccer and just soccer in general. They do this stuff practically all year where it's, having different, trophies for people to win because who knows what's going to happen with this in-season tournament. Maybe, the lowest team in the league might win it all and that they have something they can
everyone's a part of it, right?
Yeah, everyone's part of it. So, it's going to be fun. I don't have all the rules and stuff listed. We could talk about it, as the season happens more, but I'm all in for it. And now one thing that I don't understand though is all of these games, the stats count for regular season stats, right?
Yeah.
Except for the final game. Why does the final game not count whenever it's still going to be included in the 82 game overall season?
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense to me unless we're doing 83 games now for those two teams. I don't really understand that. I don't understand why the final game doesn't count. Maybe they'll get that changed. Who knows? But
they should. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get it. But we'll see what happens. I will say the Celtics have a really easy group. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's who is it? The Hawks, the Magic, the Nets, and then there's one other team. I think it's the Pacers or something. Which, yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I do want to maybe do like a future segment where we talk about like every year. I feel like in any sport, there's teams that are like forgotten. Like you're so focused on the good teams that you forget that other teams exist. And for me, I was just thinking like, dude, the Pacers. I totally forgot that they were even a franchise lately. Like
ever since Paul George left.
Yeah, ever since they left, it's just been like, I mean, then they had Victor Oladipo, but even then, it was still like, eh. They're definitely like one of those franchises that I forgot. Like, I remember back in 2017, 2018, like the Bucks were always like a team I forgot was even in the league.
Yeah.
You always have that team for like different professional leagues.
Mm-hmm. Like for baseball. Royals, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like I forget that they're like a team out there, and you remember the A's because they're so bad. But in the second worst team, you're kind of like, I don't really remember that. Like in NBA, you remember the Pistons because they're so bad.
Yeah.
But those teams are like not good, not that awful, but still pretty bad. Like they're always there. So yeah, for me it would be the Pacers. But yeah, man, what do you think about the end season tournament?
I think it's a really good idea. I think it'll be fun to watch. Like you said, it's set in the perfect time when it's dying down. Give a reason to people to watch. Something bettors would love to do now. It's like it's gonna go crazy on bets.
It will, and I mean these have like more on the line than a regular season game. So definitely like the star players. I mean, especially that like championship game.
Yeah,
would be really cool. I think that this is gonna open up like a world of opportunities. Like eventually we'll probably be seeing like, oh, was the in-season tournament team better than the champion team? Like that's
but that's the thing. Obviously not, because they didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. And then wait till we have an in-season tournament champion and an NBA champion. Like that's
what?
Double the trophies.
Something they could do.
What?
The very end have the in-season winner versus the finals winner for a different trophy.
Game of 7.
Yeah, game of 7.
Dude, now that would be awesome, but people would not be like happy with it because that's like so much basketball.
The Champions Trophy.
The Champions League. Yeah, no, that would be actually really cool. And I remember, John, he doesn't pay that much attention, but he was like, bro, we should have G League teams. And I was like, dude, the Pistons would destroy any G League team out there. Like, that's not.
No, the G League, it's literally people. It's literally it's like baseball. It's the minor leagues.
Yeah, exactly.
People who aren't good enough yet, or they're up and coming.
Like, there's not that many people that get signed NBA contracts. When they do, it's like 10 days. Or two-way players. And like I was telling John, like 1 to 2, maybe even 3 players on that squad might have like tried out, like been a hometown kid and tried out for the team. Like it's a great opportunity for players, but we're not seeing any G League team get past the first round at all in that scenario.
They'll get whooped by like 30.
Yeah, no, they definitely would. But yeah, man, let's move on. Let's go to the countdown. Most hated NBA players. I know you're excited for this one.
I am. This was so easy for me.
Yeah, this was hard for me.
This is the easiest one out of the 3. I mean, at least with the top 3 for me. That was so easy. I mean, the last 2, it's
Yeah, so I can go first if you want.
All right, sure.
For me, Do you want
to do like 5, 4, 4 like we did last time?
Yeah, I will tell you guys this. Like, I really don't hate a lot of players. The only player I hate is my number 1, which Mike already knows. The rest I don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't hate them. But yeah, number 1 definitely. So we'll start at my number 5, Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, like I said, it was hard for me to make this list, and I will say I don't have him on this list. But if we were talking to myself a few years ago, probably would. Say what?
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, like me, myself, and I a few years ago, I would have Patrick Beverley on this list. But bro, this year I kind of started liking him after the whole camera thing. And I was like, and then the podcast, I was like, bro, he's actually funny, and I like him. But yeah, number 5, Kyle Kuzma, just ugly fits. People think they go hard. People think they don't. He thinks that he's a better player than he is.
Yeah,
like a lot of the time. And I mean, like, he played decent last season for the Wizards, but obviously you're going to be one of those guys on that Wizards squad whenever there's barely anybody. The Wizards are another forgettable team as of late.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a little bit better with Jordan Poole, but either way, Kyle Kuzma, don't hate him, don't like him, but I dislike him, and he's on my list because I needed people.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Dylan. I actually don't like him at all. But I'll keep him as my honorable mention for Kyle Kuzma. It was mainly because his rookie year when all these Laker fans were saying, oh, he's better than Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
He's better than Jason Tatum. Oh, and then he's just annoying. But that's my honorable mention. My number 5, it's another situation where I don't really care for him anymore. I used to hate him. It's Ben Simmons. He was just so annoying.
Yeah.
And I mean, he still is pretty hateable because like he's like he doesn't play. Like he makes some excuses not to play. It seems like, and he was like the best guy on his old team, and then just.
I mean, he was a part of the process. He was. I remember at the time people were literally saying. I mean, they usually say it for a lot of the number 1 picks, but they were saying that he was the next LeBron, like genuinely. And
the man can't shoot a 3,
and it's awful. I mean that, and he sucks at free throws.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, and then he edited his he edited a picture on his Instagram to make him look like he had bigger muscles. That was funny. Yeah, I did see this whenever I was kind of like researching who I might have on there. And I mean, I don't really hate him. I think that he's hated the most by just Sixers fans. I think we already all know that. I mean, he gets booed
even though
every
he
time
was
goes
loved
back.
so much by them.
Yeah. But he sold for them on the playoffs, and that's why they really hate him. But who doesn't sell for the 76ers in the playoffs?
And Joel does. Mega.
James Harden.
Yep. But that is my number 5. With these 4 and 5, I don't really hate them. I just either used to hate them or I'm starting to dislike them. They're on the coming up train. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 is KD. See, I actually really do like him as a player. And you know, he has his funny moments, especially with like him making burner accounts. Like those, that's always funny when you find players doing that, or referees in the NBA. Some referees do it. But the only reason I put him on here is just because he's a snake.
Yeah.
He's
valid.
a snake, and he physically can't win if it's not on the Warriors.
It's true. Can't win without Steph.
Yeah, and I don't like when people always say like KD is the best player in the world, like even to this day, and I'm like,
No.
he's really not. He's really not. I mean, maybe if he didn't get injured so much, maybe, but he's not the best player in the world at this point.
He's good. He's really
Yeah,
good.
Maybe he was in 2018 with the Warriors. I would probably say he was at that point.
Or even when his last few seasons with the Thunder, he was amazing.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get it done. But at my number 4, this is someone it's starting. I can feel like he can start to be one of my most hated players. It's Dylan Brooks. He's really annoying. I can't lie. But hey, he's not on the Grizzlies anymore. The Grizzlies, they dropped him.
Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, I could have had him on my list, but I mean, he was on my team, so why would I do that?
I mean,
Like-
someone on my list was on my team.
Well, the thing is like with Dylan Brooks, like I don't really dislike him. Like I disliked him in that playoff scenario with LeBron because who does that to LeBron?
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand that.
That
And, like,
stupid ass dance.
Don't
dude.
even with the dance, bro. Like
it was so stupid,
dude. I can't. I saw it the other day, and people were calling it like cool. Like people, like I shit you not. It was on like.
It looks so stupid, dude.
It's literally you, bro. It's you. I'm sorry, but it's
It
you.
looks
A lot of
so
people think
stupid.
it's cool.
I know everyone I asked about it, other than you, think it's stupid.
Okay, well, go to. I'll pull it up for you, bro. Because somebody, it was like a big name account. Like they were like doing the dance, like getting hype for something. I don't know.
It just looks so stupid. I'm sorry.
I'm like trying not to get pissed off right now. It's not.
How's that
stu-
pissing you off? It's
Because
just my
it's-
opinion.
Because it's it's a dance, bro. Like,
I'm just saying it looks stupid. It was.
what looks stupid is Paul Pierce having to shit himself and going on a wheelchair. That looks stupid. We could go with your team too, bro. Your team's done some stupid shit too.
It's not
The
even your
dan-
he's
the-
not on your team anymore.
The dance, bro, was it was cool. Like it got the team like riled up to do something. At least
okay.
they were going against people talking shit on them the entire season, the Warriors, and they did that dance. I mean, like. If your team did it, if his team did it,
No,
it would be entirely
no, it would
different.
not.
It
No,
would,
it would not. I can
yes,
tell-
it would
no,
be.
it would
if
not.
his team was going up against the
No,
76ers doing that, then it would be completely different.
I maybe would have joked about it, say, "Oh, that's interesting," but it's not.
Sure.
I promise you, I would have had the same reaction.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Whatever. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Andre Iguodala.
Really?
Wait, so I didn't get to finish with the Dylan Brooks thing. I don't really dislike him. I mean, I don't really like him, but I did like people shit on him because of his shit talk. But I mean, at the same time, like I can be a fan of shit talk when it's like not to one of the greatest players in the league. But I mean, the shit talk can be valid whenever it's getting your team riled up to like do something. getting in the mood to go out there and give your all. Like, that's the kind of shit talk that's needed in the league, any league. So that's why I can't really hate him for that. But yeah, number 3, Andre Iguodala. The reason that I don't hate him, but I have him like above these other players because of the fact that when he got signed to the Grizzlies, he refused to play for them. And I was like, bro, are you serious? Then he went over to the Heat and we beat them both times we played them during the season. So F you, Andre Iguodala.
You just didn't want to play for Memphis, dog.
Bro, I don't understand. I really don't understand that because, like, at the time it happened, like, they still had a solid team.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you missed out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can see that. I forgot about that whole Memphis situation. But my number 3, I have Joel Embiid. Mainly because he's a biggest rival of the Celtics right now. And he's just he's a crybaby. He cried against when he lost to the Raptors. Can't beat the Celtics. And it's mainly the 76ers fans. Philly fans are so annoying about their players. It's crazy. Like, with Joel Embiid, he's just a crybaby, and he can't win. And he chokes all the time. He chokes. He shouldn't have won MVP. he shouldn't have won MVP. Jokic should have won. But that's my number 3.
Yeah, I kind of like Joel Embiid. I think he's funny. That's why I like him.
I just think he's a little annoying. I think he's annoying.
I actually think he's a funny guy and a good player.
I'm talking about as a player. I don't really know them as people. I'm just going as players.
Of course. And that's from a rival, team, so I respect it. My number 2 might surprise you, Mike, but he's started to become very disliked by me. And his name is Karl Anthony Towns.
Really?
Yes, bro. I used to love this guy. But ever since they gave this man a microphone, holy shit, it is so annoying. He literally said that the Timberwolves play-in team was better than the champion that year. What? What are you talking? What? Bro, get this man off a microphone. He also sounds so zesty half the time, and he changes his voice all the time. For what reason? Bro, what reason does he change his voice all the time? I don't understand it. But, like, that play-in thing, and then another thing, him saying that he's like one of the greatest sinners. Like, I didn't know if it was of all time or current day, but he was saying he was one of the greatest sinners and that people in the future would look back on his game and think that he was one of the best sinners ever. Bro, those comments that he makes blows my mind. Like, what has he done?
I mean, he's good, but like,
what has he done in the last 5 years?
Get injured.
Yeah, get injured, and like, at this point, he's not even the best player on his team anymore. Like, literally, Rudy Gobert is a better center than him on his own team.
Dang.
And I'd say Anthony Edwards is better.
I still think Karl Anthony Towns is better than Rudy, but I'd say Anthony Edwards, the face of that team.
Bro, I mean, Rudy Gobert has more, like, he has better stats than Cat.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Rudy Gobert is not the best chemistry-wise.
No, he's not.
So.
Oh, I have COVID.
Gets COVID. Tests positive for COVID the next week.
Shuts down the league. Yeah.
But at my number 2, these two aren't going to surprise you.
Yeah, I call this one.
It's Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He is. If any Celtics fan hates this guy, he promises he's going to sign with this team. He ruins the team chemistry, first of all. And then he says, if y'all have me back, I plan on signing here.
Did the same thing with the Cavs.
Same thing with the Cavs, yeah. Then he leaves. Then when he comes plays us, he goes and be disrespectful to the logo. He steps on it, flicks off fans, stuff like that. Then, what do you expect? The fans are going to hate you. Obviously, they're going to hate you. You promise something, you disrespect the team, the logo, and then you flick off all the fans. What's there not to hate about you? Like, you fucked over our team and chemistry-wise. We should have done a lot better. And then this man comes. When he was on the bench, he was better than when he was on the floor. Like, at least he was rooting on the team. But we traded Isaiah Thomas for you. We traded Isaiah Thomas for you. We thought it was going to be so good. The most loved one of the most loved Celtics players of all time, traded for now one of the most hated Celtics players of all time. But that's my number 2.
Yeah. Also, I mean, he like really just gave up all of your like chances of championships too. Like, that was a championship squad. I thought that 2018 was going to be Rockets versus Celtics in the final.
Yeah, it's like it feels like he just gave up on the Celtics.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, this goes even further to like when he signed with the Nets. Like, all this talk. It's always talk. I mean, and a lot of players do it, but I mean, with like Curry and like Damian Lillard, their talk plays into it. Like, they're loyal. They's players, like, they're just like, yeah, I can't wait to do it, especially KD.
Or even LeBron. Like, I mean, he talks, but he wins, and then he wins, then he'll go to another team.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, we all knew that he wasn't going to stay with the Cavs forever.
Yeah, he just was there to win a championship for them.
Yeah, that's why he came back. He promised Cleveland something. He won his championships with Miami, and he came back and he won it for him. So, props to him, man. Like, that's a great story for him. But
yeah,
with like Kyrie and KD, just nah, bro. Especially with the Nets situation. Definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't really like dislike Kyrie. Played at Duke. I think that he's funny with the flat Earth stuff and also like the aura stuff that he does. Good vibes only. And like he had that, dude. I love Kyrie for that one Instagram live he did with KD where he's just like, "Bro, I was you in like a different life," and like, and KD's sitting there like, not saying a word.
KD is like, his reactions are funny because he's just such a bland person.
Yeah. KD's like one of the biggest names in the league that just doesn't have a girl either. Like,
yep. But I think our number ones are exactly the same.
They're the same, yeah.
It's Draymond Green.
Oh my god, bro! Talk about with Cat getting away somebody with a microphone, bro. Get Draymond away from the microphone. He is
so annoying, and he's so disrespectful too.
Bro, I don't understand. Like, bro,
he punched his own teammate in the face,
and then like he acts like it's nothing, bro. He like whenever he was like, he said some shit about Jordan Poole the other day on his podcast, like basically like good riddance. Like, bro, you punched him. Dude.
Jordan Poole is better than you, Draymond. Like, he is better than you. Draymond is shit. He had a few good seasons, and I don't even think they're as good as people say they were. Like, he's a good defender. Don't get me wrong, but man is not good.
Bro, this podcast has made him out to be one of the biggest villains ever. And then even before that, just constantly starting shit with the Grizzlies, like a team that's been around for 20-something years and had like has been beloved by people. Before Dylan Brooks, obviously, this past season, they've been a beloved team. And then he just wants to start shit with them and he's going, 4 rings. I know Klay Thompson did it too, but 4 rings. Like, bro, we're on a super team. Yeah, I hope you'd have 4 rings at that point. Oh my God! Like,
you have arguably the greatest you have the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. Arguably one of the best point guards of all time. You had KD, MVP KD. Klay Thompson, obviously the Splash Bros, but Draymond, you didn't. No.
And then like he wants to compare himself
and DeMarcus Cousins at a point.
Yeah, and then he wants to compare himself to Dennis Rodman and all this shit. Like, no, bro, you're not out there getting 20+ rebounds like that. Like,
no, you're not good. You're not gonna make. It's not that hard to make the Hall of Fame at NBA.
I was really hoping. I don't even know. He signed back, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was really hoping he was leaving. Like, I was really hoping he would be gone and just get humbled.
I really hoped he was going to like a worse team.
Yeah.
Like, seeing if he could do it himself. That type of situation has proved that he can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, on the Wizards, man would be averaging 5 points a game.
Okay, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I go with like 15 to 20.
No, definitely not. Maybe 10.
Bro, it'd be 15 at least.
Jordan Poole would be carrying him on that team.
Like, I mean, Jordan Poole is better than him on the Warriors.
Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma would be leading that team. He would just be there, just like he is with with the Warriors. He would be averaging like 10 to 12 points a game. He's not a bucket. He's not a bucket.
Yeah, it's hit or miss with him like all the time. And just like I said, bro, the podcast. If you want to go hear some whack shit, go over to his podcast.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's insane. And like, well, bro. What was it? We talked about it on here before. Like the whole like Sabonis.
Oh yeah,
his hand.
that too. That too. And he stepped on Sabonis. Like, dog, you are the worst type of like player. Like, you're such a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane.
Exactly.
And Sabonis is better than you. He is so much better than you. But that's the countdown for the most hated NBA players. We're gonna move on to in the countdown series, the most likable players in leagues. But we're gonna head into our next segment. I forgot to tell you this, but I added around the league NFL because 2 things happened.
Okay.
They're not huge, but they happened. So around the league NFL, the first one, Alvin Kamara has pled guilty to his role in a Las Vegas fight. It seems to look like he got a plea deal of some sort because the felony charge was dropped and now it's a misdemeanor. So that happened. Nothing really big's gonna happen. I don't know what the NFL's gonna do about it. He might get a few game suspension, but they don't really care for his soul and stuff. So, so he probably get a good talking to. But
slap on the wrist, get back out there and run.
Make us some money.
Yeah.
But the Bills, some news with that. They quote unquote love Hopkins and want him on the team if he's willing to take less money and quote unquote ring chase with them. So that was.
They really want that ring pop, bro.
They really
from 7-Eleven. That's the only ring they're really chasing.
They really do. But I don't think Hopkins is gonna go with him because he wants money. I feel like.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they like on paper, bro. Like if he's on that squad, like oh my god,
It's insane.
But it's like, bro, they're cursed.
They really are.
They're cursed.
They really are. But that's all. That's really. There's nothing happening in NFL, but we needed some sort of NFL thing, and that's the small things that happened. So, well, is that everything you have to say for that?
Yeah.
So we're gonna head into UFC Fight Club UFC 290. I'll take it away, Nick. I'm not gonna lie. This was an amazing card. You probably didn't watch it, but I'm not gonna talk a whole lot about it because I'll talk more about it on the uppercut tomorrow. But like, this is honestly so many knockouts. Or like in the first 7 fights, 5 of them ended in finishes.
Dang, bro, I should have slid.
Yeah.
Watch.
I was so sunburned on Saturday. I just wanted to stay in my house and just watch. But I'm only gonna go over the main card. The first one was Bo Nickel versus a guy named Val Woodburn. Bo Nickel, he is an up-and-coming fighter. He's undefeated. He's getting a lot of hype. And the guy who's supposed to fight had to drop out. And this dude, Val, came in on 3 days' notice. They signed him to the UFC just to fight him. And Bo Nickel's a wrestler. Let me put that out there. And Bo knocked him out in 38 seconds.
Oh, my gosh, bro. 38.
38 seconds in, Bo Nickel knocked him out. And it was bad. I feel bad for the dude because there's like a video of him like flying to Las Vegas by himself. It looks.
No.
I saw it. I was like, damn. Everyone's like feeling the comments like, I want this man to prove something in the UFC.
Bro, that'd be awesome.
I hope he does good. I hope he stays at the UFC. I'll talk more about it on the uppercut, but we'll see. But in the next fight, this one was also. It didn't end in a finish, but it was a war the whole entire fight. Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. The first round looked like Jalen Turner was going to beat Dan Hooker. He broke Dan Hooker's a bone in his face and his arm in the first round. And then in the next 2 rounds, Dan Hooker came out, was beating his ass in the last 2 and ended up winning it. It was insane. He has blonde hair, by the way, Dan Hooker. At the end of the fight, it looked like he had red hair. Like he had dyed red hair. It was so much blood. It was insane.
Dang.
But that fight was awesome to watch. And then the next fight, it ended in a knockout. It was an upset of the middleweight division. It was Robert Whittaker. He was the number 1 ranked middleweight, and he faced a dude named Dricus du Plessis. He's an up-and-comer UFC fighter. I think he's undefeated in the UFC. And he knocked out Robert Whittaker in round 2 of 2 minutes in. And this set up a fight. You know who Israel Adesanya is, obviously. After this fight, in the post-fight interview, it's basically setting up a fight between du Plessis and Adesanya. Du Plessis is African. He's South African. And technically, Adesanya is African. He is African, but he moved to New Zealand when he was little. So Adesanya was like calling the N-word a lot in the in the ring. And he was also calling him a brother. And then du Plessis goes, I might be African, but I ain't no brother of yours.
Dang, so they got beef.
They do have some beef, and it was really hyped up. And du Plessis doesn't speak a lot of English, but it was funny just seeing his comebacks to it. Like you're just standing there. It's like, do I think they should have brought Adesanya in because it's like his moment? He just beat the number 1 ranked guy in the middleweight division, and they kind of took it away with Adesanya being put in there. But it's for money. Like they're trying to hype up the next fight.
Yeah. And
then the next fight was a flyweight championship fight between the champion Brandon Moreno versus the challenger Alexandre Pantoja. And Pantoja was the challenger, but he's beaten Moreno 2 times before they fought.
I've heard of this Moreno guy.
Yeah, he's he's not really up and coming because he's been champion twice in 2 different times. He became champion, lost it to the dude, rematched the dude again for the 3rd time, won it, and then he became champion. Then this was his first title defense against Pantoja. He lost, unfortunately. It could have gone either way in my opinion. It was a super good fight, but Pantoja I thought won, and he did win. He had more control time, more significant strikes, but he won. Super good fight. Moreno, it'll probably be a rematch, honestly, because the flyweight division is not really much there. It's really him and them two and one other dude. But it'll probably be a rematch. I see a rematch, but good fight. And the main event was, I don't know if you know who this is, but Alexander Volkanovski of the featherweight fighting Yair Rodriguez. Volkanovski is known to be, a lot of people say he's the best fighter in the UFC. I don't think so. I think he's a top 2. I think he's number 2 behind John Jones. But Volk is an insane fighter. Like, he's crazy. He doesn't usually knock out a lot. He usually goes decisions, but it's always so good. It's insane how good he is. He knocked out Yair in round 3, though. Yair just was on his level. Volkanovski. Do you know who Islam Makhachev is?
No, but I do know this Volkanovski guy.
Yeah, so Makhachev was the guy Volk fought last in the lightweight division because Volk wanted to become a champ of 2 divisions. Volk lost. He didn't lose. He should have won that. This is basically just like a warm-up fight for him to rematch the dude, in my opinion. And I think there'll be a rematch between Volk and Islam, but we'll see. But that's basically what happened in UFC 290. If you want my full thoughts and everything on breakdown each of the fights, go ahead and check out Friday, the Uppercut, with me and Luke, and I'll talk more about it. But that's Fight Club for this week.
Now, with the Volkanovski guy, was he the one that was also with Adesanya training with Zuckerberg?
Yeah, him and Adesanya are good friends. They're teammates.
Dude, Zuck is getting ready, bro.
Like, Adesanya and Volk are insane. It's that, and then they signed with Logan Paul's Prime. Like, them two, they're getting their names out there a lot. Adesanya already had his name out there, but Volk's starting to get big in social media.
Yeah. Volk is a pretty short guy.
Yeah, he's a short guy, but the man is strong, though.
Because, like, Zuck is my height, and I saw the picture of them, and, like, bro was, like, way under Zuck. I'm like, dang, bro, that guy.
He's short, but he is buff, man. Like,
I bet.
He is so strong. He's 5'6".
Dang.
Yeah, he's a featherweight, but, like I said, insane. Nick, you're going to have the first pick for the draft day, by the way.
Okay.
Let's head into...
Let's go into the draft day.
Draft day. It is best movie main characters. Do you want to do 7 or 10 picks?
Bro, it's up to you because I could go 10 with this. I mean, there's
I can go 10.
Great names.
Yeah, there is. Let's go 10.
Okay. Man, like, these rosters are going to be stacked. Like, I just know they're going to be stacked either way. This is probably the, like, biggest kind of draft day we've ever done in terms of, like, character wise, because usually they're very specific, but this can be very broad.
Yeah.
So with number 1, give me the greatest storyline of all time with the greatest main character of all time, Anakin Skywalker.
Dang it. So disappointing. My favorite movie character of all time gone. All right, but I could go franchise route, but I'm not. And I'm going to go with, honestly, one of the greatest movies, in my opinion, of all time, Forrest Gump.
Okay. Right off the bat, man. That's a good one. I had him on my list. Solid pick. So, for my second pick, man, I'm going to go with just one of the greatest swashbucklers ever. Give me Captain Jack Sparrow.
Dang it. I didn't think you would take him so early. Captain Jack. Damn. All right. Since you went Anakin Skywalker, I'm going to go with someone's story who isn't as good, but right up there, his son, Luke Skywalker.
Ooh. Very, very solid, man. Great main character for the original trilogy.
Died off in the fucking sequels like a bitch, but...
All right, so for my number 3, there's been a lot of iterations of him, but give me Spider-Man.
Thought you were going to go a different route when you said different iterations.
I think so. You might be picking it.
Just in case, I'm gonna go Batman.
Yeah.
Everyone for both of these characters so good.
So good. I mean, George Clooney for Batman, kind of eh.
Yeah, that's.
But all right. So since those are both off the board, give me. Man, I love this guy. Ever since I was a kid, bro, I've always looked up to him. Just watched it the other day. Give me Indiana Jones.
Damn. Oh, you watched it?
Not the new one.
Oh.
I watched Temple of Doom again for like the 50th time ever.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
My opinion, the best one. But with my next pick, I'm gonna go with one of my favorite franchises of all time. The whole book series and movies are based off of him and his story, Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, man.
That story is so good.
It really is, bro. And like the fact that there's so many of the movies, just man, it gets me excited, man.
Yeah.
Gotta rewatch it this summer. Every summer we gotta do that, man. But let's. I'm gonna take a hard hitter. I've only ever seen the first one, seen some cartoons of it, but man, is he a great guy? He's not even really a guy. He's a robot. Give me Optimus Prime.
No, yeah, that's a good one. Optimus Prime. I didn't have it on my list. I didn't even think of that. Damn. There is a couple routes I could go. You know what? I'm gonna go with. All right. I'm gonna go with a childhood favorite of mine. Growing up during Christmas, saw him all the time. Going with Mr. Buddy the Elf.
Yeah, I thought about him for sure. Didn't even put him on the list though. Man, there's like a lot of different routes you can go. I got a lot of great guys on here. Every one of these guys deserves a spot on the roster. But give me James Bond.
I didn't think you'd pick him. I thought that was gonna be my last pick. I was gonna try to save him for last.
There's so many movies of him.
Yeah,
man.
there's so many.
He's great.
It's one of the big, like if not the biggest, one of the biggest franchises.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Since we're gonna go with big franchises, I'm gonna go with Rocky.
Yeah, I had him on my list. That was who I was actually debating on just a second ago. Man, 10 doesn't even feel like enough, man, because there's so many great ones.
It's your 7th pick.
Yeah. Gosh. Bro, for all the ladies out there, give me Katniss Everdeen.
Hey, that's a good pick. She has a new movie out, by the way.
Yeah,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I do want to see that. That actually looks funny.
Yeah, it does look pretty funny. With my next pick, I'm gonna go with a classic, Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was on my list, pretty high up, but I just chose not to take him. For my next few picks, man, I'm gonna go with movies that I really like. Now, there's a lot of great characters on here that I could still pick, but for the next one, one of the best main characters of all time, Shrek.
Dang, I was literally gonna pick him next.
Really?
I was looking at
expecting you to do that.
I was literally gonna pick him next. Dang. Well, all right. In honor of him coming back for this next movie, I'm gonna go with Wolverine. One of arguably the best superheroes in the Marvel. People love him, and he's coming back. And it's probably I just gave you might just take this next dude.
Yeah, I was actually counting my picks to see if I should take him, because I have 8 right now, right?
Yeah, you have 2 more.
Yeah, he's a solid guy, man. Give me Deadpool.
Yeah,
I actually had him on my list, pretty high up.
He's a great character. He's honestly my top 3 superheroes.
The movies are great, man. Ryan Reynolds is just the perfect casting for that.
Yeah, he's perfect for it. Well, I'll stick with superheroes. I'm gonna go with also one of the funniest guys, in my opinion, in Marvel, Peter Quill / Star-Lord.
Yeah. Great main character for the Guardians movies. Still got to see the 3rd one. Jeez, I slack, bro.
You haven't seen it?
No.
So good. The best one, in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
All right, this is your last pick.
Oh, dude. I thought I had 2 more, but no, I don't. Yeah, I promised myself I would pick one of these guys. I'm going between like 4 right now from this kind of genre, but since I just watched it, no, I'm gonna pick this one. I'm actually not gonna go with the most recent one I watched. Give me Ron Burgundy.
Who?
Ron Burgundy.
From what movie?
From Anchorman.
Oh yeah,
specifically Ron Burgundy from Anchorman 2.
Ron Burgundy.
Which I think Anchorman 2 is better than the first.
I haven't seen the second one. I've only seen the first one.
You're missing out.
But with my last pick, I'm going to go with. I already have too many superheroes, in my opinion. I have 2.
Yeah, go out there, man. You got this last pick. Make it a fun one.
You're right. You're right. Give me E.T.
E.T. phone home.
All right, let me go over the teams real quick. Still a lot. I didn't pick the Terminator. I meant to pick him. There's the Terminator. Could have gone Joker, Sherlock Holmes, Captain America, Iron Man.
You know, the reason I didn't put Joker or any villain is because we already did villains.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to focus on like protagonists instead.
Yeah, you're right. I also had Simba on my list, or James Sullivan or Mike Wazowski. But and Wally even. But let's go over the teams real quick. Team Nick, Anakin Skywalker, Captain Jack Sparrow, Spider-Man, Indiana Jones, Optimus Prime, James Bond, Katniss Everdeen, The Girl on Fire, Shrek, Deadpool, and Ron Burgundy. Team Mike, Forrest Gump, Luke Skywalker, Batman, Harry Potter, Buddy the Elf, Rocky, Marty McFly, Wolverine, Peter Quill / Star-Lord, and E.T. Let us know down in the comments who you believe won this draft.
We definitely need to start posting the drafts again, man. We need the people giving what they think. But the 4 at the end that I was going through in my head was Derek Zoolander from Zoolander. Both of those movies are great. I think the second one is really funny as well. Number 2, Happy Gilmore, which was the one I was going to pick because I just watched that on 4th of July, and I was actually going to pick that. And then the second one was Bobby Boucher from Waterboy.
I just thought of one too. The comedy just reminded Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
I should have picked him.
Honestly, man, like I like that movie, but I don't think I'd watch it again.
Really?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
There was some parts where I was sitting there like, what am I like? This is boring at some parts, and then there's parts that are really funny, and you're like, oh, and then it's just boring again. When it was filmed, it was like an indie film that was like the filmmaker's first ever. So I mean, like if he had more experience, I think it could have been one of the best comedy movies ever. But
I still think it's a great movie. But it's not everyone's cup of tea. Let's head into the post game day.
Oh wait, I want to go through some more names, bro.
Oh, I thought you said only 4, and you said 4.
No. That I was gonna pick last, dudes. There were some great ones on here. Peter Venkman from the Ghostbusters movies.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel LaRusso from the Karate Kid. Like, I was so close picking that. You did pick Rocky Balboa, but I also had Neo from The Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
I was close to picking him as well. And for all of you, I wanted to pick him, but, bro, Michael's going to shoot me when I say this, and everybody's going to hate me. I'm bad at movies. I'm sorry, but I know that he's just a badass. John Wick. I've never seen any of the movies.
I've never seen any of the movies.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched them.
I expected you to have seen like all of them. My dad's seen all of them. He talks about how cool he is. I was gonna pick him. And,
I had him on my list, but I didn't pick him because I never watched his movies.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, for all you Lord of the Rings fans out there, Aragorn.
Yeah,
I had that on my list. He's so cool.
I also saw Gandalf on a bunch of lists.
Yeah. Also, they also had like Bilbo Baggins, but I haven't seen the Hobbits.
Yeah, I haven't either. But we're gonna head into the post game now. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 55. Make sure you guys like, share, comment down below. Check out all of our Instagrams, TikToks, Twitters, Facebooks. We have everything. Make sure you use our code ATC on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase. If you're feeling tired, Dubby, it's always there. Against the Call, all caps, 10% off your next purchase. And we have merch, but that's cool too. You should buy it. But make sure you stay in tune with all of Out of Pocket Sports podcasts, Uppercut, Jay's Fifth Down, Against the Call, all coming at you weekly now.
Yeah, if you made it this far, definitely go over to Jay's Fifth Down and check out his stuff because he posts way more than we do.
Yeah,
and it's always good quality content over there. So you know, make sure you go follow him. But other than that, man, I'm just so ready for college football. Like I feel it every single day, and I can't wait. Like the season of college football makes me so happy and yet so sad because I know I'm gonna have so much school. But yeah, there's so much football to watch and so much to talk. And when we started this podcast, it was right at bowl season. So we didn't think of the 12 other games we didn't even get to, 12 other weeks that we didn't get to talk about. Now we're starting it. We can go through the whole season. I'm so excited. This is going to be, I have this feeling it's going to be a really great season for my teams especially. But also it's a great season for college football in general. Next season though, I think will be one of the greatest football seasons ever with a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
To start to a new chapter. But anyways, that's going to be it. Make sure you guys tune into all of that, and we will catch you in the next episode of Against the Call.